What's up? My name is Alex Romo. If you guys have never seen my face before, I'm a professional golfer, content creator, and this is my declaration of why I'm hopping on YouTube. I've been on Instagram for about 7 years, and my frustration is like through the roof. Not only just with the algorithm, but just in general, my ability to reach my target audience. It's just not happening. I'm pouring my life right now into daily vlogging. Not a lot of people are seeing it, and I know that YouTube is where I want to build a community at. And so I wanted to make this video describing what my intentions are and what you can expect from me. And hopefully, really quickly within the first 60 seconds here, you can get a sense of who I am, whether you think I'm going to be able to help you solve problems in your life and get what you want out of life, or if I'm not the guy for you. And we can very quickly decide if this is a subscribe situation or have a nice life, see you later. So throughout the years, I've been developing a content style, sort of documenting my life, documenting my journey through professional golf, trying to reach the PGA Tour, and all of the self-improvement stuff that I have dove headfirst into in support of my golf career, but also just because I feel like it's not all about golf. I've seen that the best golfers in the world are generally the happiest people in the world. They're usually married with families, and they got a nice life. Like, it's not all golf. If golf was out of the equation, they would still be a happy human being, and that really hasn't been the case for me. I've had a lot of struggle with anxiety and depression. I've had struggle with injuries. I've failed a lot, and I've been on the fence many times with just completely dropping everything I've devoted my life to and just, going to work at fucking McDonald's or whatever. Like, just be a normal human being, give up the dreams, and just, accept that you're going to hate your life and live for the weekends and going out for some pints with your buddies. Like, I've been there many, many times thinking that that was going to be my future. But self-improvement tactics, building habits and morning routines and cold showers and journaling and meditating and reading and spending time in nature and curating your environment to be very supportive of your goals and dreams, putting inspiration all around you, the people that you talk to and the content that you consume and the places that you go, and removing all of the toxic relationships and friendships and influences online, like all a dopamine detoxing. Like, I could go on and on and on. I could write a book with 50 chapters regarding self-improvement tactics that I have experimented with as I've tried to troubleshoot on my own for my own problems, anxiety and depression. Over time, I'll try to explain my story to you guys. I don't want to completely lose you in this first few minutes where you're deciding whether or not you're interested in anything I have to say. But my point is that I'm 30 years old. I've experimented with a lot, and I have solved a lot of my own problems through research, YouTube videos, conversations with people, podcasts. And so now I think I'm in this position where I want to create content for my younger self. I want to be that older brother figure to the, maybe 15, 18, 22-year-old version of myself that wanted to get to where I may not be on the PGA Tour yet. I may not be rich and successful and, materially successful and also fulfilled and happy. I may not have the pinnacle of all that yet, but I'm a lot farther than I was 10 years ago. I've come a long way, and I'm definitely above average in several categories that I've, poured my life into researching and experimenting with. And so I think it just makes sense for me right now to bring that younger version of myself up here. That's providing real value. And that, to me, feels like the most important thing I could do with my life on earth. I feel like I've really tapped into my purpose in the last year. I went on this crazy, strict dopamine detox. I quit drinking. It's been 9 months since I drank. I moved away from LA, which was kind of a toxic environment last year for me. Just bad friends, way too much partying, just very distracted from what I really wanted out of life. So I've made a complete 180 in the last 9 months, and there's a lot of very specific things that I did to accomplish that. And so I'm sure that a number of people can probably relate to not feeling like, they are tapped into their purpose, not feeling fulfilled, not feeling how they want to feel in life, like their life truly matters and they're making a difference and they feel wholesome and, like, just not getting what they want out of life. It can relate to golf, like, the more happy and fulfilled you are, the better you're going to be at golf, but it could relate to anything. The people that find value in this channel hopefully are not just going to be golfers. You could come from any walk of life and identify with any one of these different, problems that I'm going to try to help people solve and hopefully find value. So it's my belief that if I provide value at scale, I can build a nice life for myself where I'm well taken care of and can provide for a family and have a life of freedom and experience, awesome connection with other inspiring people and places. Like, I want all of that for myself and my family. And I think that the best way to go about achieving that is to also help other people get what they want. And I think most of us are pretty simple. We all want the same things, right? We want, we want to be able to meet our basic needs and maybe exceed them. And then we also want to feel safe and secure and healthy and happy, and like our life matters. And these are all things that I have blueprints to help you with. Again, I may not be the best in the world at any of these things in particular, but I'm pretty good at a lot of different things related to self-improvement and physical fitness, mental health, and golf. And so I think what I'm going to do is just kind of one by one start making video scripts on stuff that I know and trying to make it very centered at helping you guys get where you want to go in life. And again, it's just going to be content directed at my younger self. So young men that are ambitious and have dreams and goals, but maybe they're stuck in addictive cycles with too much cell phone use, too much sugar, too much caffeine. They have poor sleep habits. They're in a poor relationship with a girlfriend or a boyfriend that is unsupportive or toxic, or they've got friends that are holding them back. These are their buddies and they've been their buddies from high school and college, but all they do is just get hammered, on the weekends, or even worse, all week long. And they have no goals, they have no vision. They're just stuck in this cycle of social media addiction and instant gratification. And, just, I want to help people that want to help themselves. I want to be that positive older male role model to young guys or girls that are trying to step up and level up. I know I can do that. I just need to step into my power. I know from conversations with people and moments I have to myself that I have a lot to share. I really do. But it's tough, being a YouTuber and figuring out how to articulate yourself to a camera rather than a one-on-one conversation. It's just different. It's just a skill set you have to learn. Thankfully, I've been practicing it for years through Instagram and TikTok. And if you're unfamiliar with me, I do have larger followings there. I've built up a decent sized audience on Instagram of like 25,000, and then TikTok I've got over 1.5 million. But again, I view those two platforms as places to focus a little bit more on virality and trying to capture new audience members and attention from people that might be interested in something I have to say, with more short form videos and kind of punchier content that's trendy or quicker to the point, so that I might at least get like a rise out of someone, like, hey, this guy's doing something interesting, or I want to learn more. But then YouTube is where I really see providing real value, long form videos, how to, tutorials and step-by-step processes to work on the golf, the fitness, the self-improvement aspects of life. Because I really think that once you master yourself, you can master anything else. That's why I'm flipping the priority scale. I don't think very many golfers would lead a golf course saying, we're going to work on self-improvement first. I think they would want to talk about your swing mechanics and your putting stroke and your chipping and what your equipment is like and what's your on-course strategy. And that's just sort of feeding into the vicious cycle. Like, could I be more successful quickly as a coach by just, giving swing lessons? Yeah, I could. But I think that's just feeding into the vicious cycle of flipped priorities. Like, it's just instant gratification. People, they don't want to do the hard work because it's hard. If I could tell someone like, hey, I'm going to put a Band-Aid on your golf game and tell you how to get shallow quicker in your backswing, and you're going to hit it better right now, but in the long run, like, you're not going to be a complete enough human being to actually accomplish the goals that you say you have of reaching the PGA Tour, because it's fucking hard. You're going to be challenged every step of the way. Everything you do, it's going to be a grind that's probably going to take 10 plus years, and you'll never get there if I just fix your golf swing right now and then let you try to go play tournaments and figure it out. No one wants to hear that. They just want to hear, 10 years, nah, probably not going to happen, but fix my swing right now with the Band-Aid. They would rather do that. And so I could go much more viral, much more quickly, just talking about that and feeding into the cycle and just self-serving, being like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about if you guys do or don't accomplish your dreams. I just want to make money and get rich and go buy a boat. I could do that. I could have done that a while ago, but I'm coming from a pure intention of genuinely wanting to help people get what they want out of life and have the feelings that they want, because the world doesn't have enough positivity, and there's a lot of depressed, anxious, downtrodden people. I feel like my biggest value is saving people. You know, people that are on the edge, man. People that are, you know, I can't say the word for YouTube, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, I already know I'm getting through to those people. They message me and tell me, and that feels amazing. I care so much more about helping someone get their life on track. Maybe it's a simple thing like they learned the habit of waking up at 5 every single morning and having a morning routine of a cold shower and exercising outside and journaling about things that they're grateful for. You know, maybe I made that look cool enough to them or interested them in something that they would have never been interested in if it wasn't said the way I said it. Maybe I got through to them and they did that, and then little by little that cured their anxiety and depression, and then they were able to find their purpose in life, and then they were able to actually take action steps towards accomplishing it. And fast forward 5 years, they're a happy, successful person, they're in a relationship, they're working a great job, or they created a job for themselves, and they're moving down the path of, at some point, you know, having a child of their own and teaching them these values. And then the world exponentially becomes a better place as a result of that one video I made connecting to that person. That, to me, it matters. That's worth sacrificing everything I'm sacrificing, and that's what I'm trying to do. And it's not to shit on golf coaches or physical fitness trainers or anything like that. There's a time and a place for everyone and everything, and there's value in all of it. This is what I feel like my purpose and my path is, and what I'm going to try to share with you guys through this channel. You know, yes, I'm going to talk about golf. I'm going to talk about fitness. I'm going to talk about all the things I'm passionate about and think that I can help the world with. But the overarching theme is self-improvement and focusing inward. That's all we can control. We really, once we go out into the world, we wake up and open our eyes for the day, put our clothes on and go out into the world. Most of it's out of our control. The weather, the traffic, our boss, you know, is it going to be windy on the golf course today? What score are the other golfers going to shoot? Like, we can't control any of it. And if we are just at the mercy of instant gratification through our cell phone and addictive cycles with the way we eat and the people that we spend time with and the way we talk to ourselves, like, we're just going to be emotionally jerked back and forth and up and down and left and right all day, every day, and just trying to tread water and keep our head above water and stay afloat in this panicked state of extremely high stress and no flow state, no peace of mind, no ease and true joy and enjoyment in life. Like, that's not a good place to be. And yet that's normalized in Western culture. And 95% of people, whether they admit it or not, that's where they live. Some people do a better job than others of, you know, charading around this masquerade that they're doing great, and they have a better job. They do a better job of controlling their image through Instagram, or they're more fake when they talk to people about how they're doing in life. But I guarantee you, the majority of people that you're looking at that you think are successful, you know, they're not really winning the game of life. They're not really happy and doing as well as it seems like they're doing. And I want to affect a change in that. Like, I'm speaking to you from the trenches, man. Like, think of any problem that you have had. I guarantee it's been on my plate of problems that I've had to solve as well. I may look like this smiley, happy, perfect kid from Southern California. Trust me, man, I got my shit too. I have had one hell of a ride, and most of it no one knows anything about. You may think I share a lot, and man, this kid's obsessed with social media. He posts every single day. He's got all these followers. Like, what could he possibly struggle with? Believe me, I've been there. And I'm not saying that to be brash or cocky. I'm saying that to be relatable, because I want you to understand that I am no different than you. I am no different than you. I'm not special. We all want to think that we're special and we're so different, but millions of us struggle with the same problems. And I just want to do my part in helping solve as much of that as I can, helping people feel better and making the world a better place. And if it happens to, as a result of that, make some people way better at golf, get in way better shape physically, accomplish whatever other goals they have, sick. That's just icing on the cake. But at the core, the foundation of what I'm trying to do is change people's relationships with themselves, get them to realize that they're in control, uh, and try to build an army of people to kind of go, fight against the way the world is set up right now. We're fighting the best scientists and nutritionists in the world that are genetically engineering food to be, super processed, full of sugar, and addictive as hell, so that we're not making choices anymore about food. We are just yanked around by our brain, or our gut, which controls our brain, telling us like, we need sugar, we need carbs, we need salt right now. I need it. I can't do anything until I eat this. And then you're going to eat it and you're going to spike and be like, oh my God, life's amazing. And then you're going to crash and you're going to hate yourself, and you're not going to be able to focus on your work, and you're not going to be in a stable mood for your loved ones and your family, and you're going to snap at people at work. That's normal. And to be making any progress at all, if you are, my hat is tipped to you, because I know how hard that is, because I myself am in the trenches struggling with that right now. I have massive binge eating disorder, and I always have. And again, you might look at me with my shirt and be like, what the frick are you talking about, dude? Like, you're in better shape than the majority of people. Like, shut the hell up. You must be tripping. It is, I'm laying it like it is, man. Massive binge eating disorder, massive addictive personality, 8 donuts in a row all the time, and then fast for a day and feel like shit and beat myself up and go to the gym for hours. Like, just this yo-yo diet of extreme indulgence and instant gratification, and then extreme guilt and shame and self-ridiculing to get through that. Same thing goes with addiction to my cell phone. Addictive personality regarding partying and drinking and just going out all the time, excessive socializing. Like, I have an addictive personality. And so for anyone that has made any progress regarding, healthy nutrition, or has made any progress regarding controlling their use of their cell phone and that need for instant gratification, to pull down on Instagram another time and see how many more red hearts you got, see how many comments you got, validate yourself through views and likes and comments and shares, because internally you don't like yourself. You don't feel like, you're a valid, valuable human being. And so every single day you're projecting into the world the best image you possibly can, this filtered fake image of yourself, hoping that people are going to tell you you're good enough and you're worthy, so that you can hold on to that for a couple more hours until that instant gratification hit runs out. And then you got to go get another one through a dating app, or through a piece of cake, or through a cup of coffee, to jack yourself unnaturally high and spike your nervous system. Like, I get it, man. I struggle with all this. Or woman, like, I get it. Trust me, I really, really do. And it's hard to go, in the right direction nutritionally, to fight all of the tech coders and software engineers that are literally their ability to make money and live is directly based on how good they are at addicting you to your cell phone, at gripping your attention and making this little 4x5 screen that you're holding in your hand more interesting and valuable to you than the real world. You would rather look at your phone, and you find that more valuable than looking up and saying hi to the person next to you at a coffee shop, seeing the bird flying in the sky, looking at the fucking trees next to, like, and they're winning, because it is, the metaverse, the fact that the metaverse is even a word and is like a thing that is having billions of dollars invested into it and people are actually buying into, is frightening, because it means that they're winning. They're doing a good job. The whole tech world is convincing us that it's better to live in virtual reality than actual reality, and that's insane. And so if you're making any progress regarding, detoxing from technology or your cell phone, if you're spending any time reading or writing or journaling, again, my hat's off to you, because you're doing better than the masses, because you're one human being trying to, wage war against, thousands or hundreds of thousands of employees working against you through social media and working against you through the food industry. And I'm just scratching the surface, but I'm trying to talk about the things that are important to me that I think I can help with on this channel. And my goal is to develop our own army, this like self-improvement cult of people that are just, that get it. I want to wake people up. First of all, show you like, hey, there's a different way. I'm living a different way, and these are the results I'm getting. And I know a lot of the results I have are things you want. You want to be in better shape. You want to get better at golf. You want to have more healthy relationships with people. You want to be more present, and with your family and with your friends. You want to remove yourself from toxic relationships. You know you're in a bad relationship and you need to get out of it, or you want to remove yourself from toxic environments and friendships or addictive cycles with your phone, or like you want to make these changes. And every now and then you'll see a video or something that motivates you or sparks you, and you'll try for a little bit, but you just can't follow through. You can't get to the finish line. And a week later you're back in the same binge eating cycle with donuts, or you're back in the same addictive cycle, opening your cell phone the minute you wake up, and just somehow an hour passes, you don't even know what you did. You wanted to text someone back, and then an hour later you're like, wow, I just watched 19 different Instagram models for 30 minutes that I could have cared less about. I'm never going to meet. I'm never going to talk to. All that did was make me feel bad about my life, and like I'm not enough, and I'll never be able to be valuable enough to attract them. Like, fuck all of that. I'm here to build you into a high value man or woman in control of your own destiny, with life in perspective, not worried about the things that you can't control, only focused on yourself, not in a selfish way, but in a way that I can't be the best to the world. I can't make the biggest impact in the world and be the best son, daughter, husband, wife, brother, sister, mother, whatever, to the people that I love. I can't be my best to them if I don't do this work on myself first. That's the lens that we're viewing it through. So this is going to become a self-improvement cult. Mark my words. I'm saying it right now. Today, I think, is February 5th, 2022. It's about 10:37 in the morning. I'm sitting in my room in Oxnard, California, making this declaration and affirmation to the world that in time, I will develop a self-improvement army that understands what the masses don't, and that is taking massive action to improve their lives. And over time, the people I can affect will then go on to affect other people, and it will become this exponential, virtually like pyramid scheme, even though that's like a bad phrase that people don't like. That is my vision for this, and I will work tirelessly and sacrifice whatever I need to sacrifice to make that vision come to life. And in the future, do I want to pursue golf myself and try to reach the PGA Tour again? Absolutely. I've been chasing that my entire life, but this is the priority scale of how things need to happen for me to be a successful, happy human being. And from there, I think anything is possible, whether it's I want to be a bodybuilder, I want to be a pro golfer, I want to start my own business, I want to do crypto, I want to make an NFT, whatever the thing is, like I'll do better at it once this phase is done. So it's been on my mind for years. I've evolved as a content creator from platform to platform and tried a zillion different styles of creating content. And I think although none of it has taken off how I envisioned, it has all been very good practice at articulating myself to a camera, getting past the fear of judgment and the fear of failure. I've failed publicly for years. You guys have watched every single mistake I've ever made, and I've talked a lot about it. So a zillion people have opinions of me, and they're not all the best. And I've done that, on purpose. I am developing a shell to where you can't hurt me. I know who I am, and I know I'm acting from a place of pure intentions and a warm heart, and I'm trying to affect positive change in the world, and I stand for that. And so no matter what insults you hurl my way, and no matter who tries to stand in my way and stop me and tell me I can't do it, I think I've been practicing for years the ability to do it anyway, and I'm right here in front of you today doing it. So this is just the beginning. If you guys vibe with anything I just said and think that any of those topics are going to be of interest to you, and you want to hear more and you want to learn more about my story or how I've overcome these different challenges in life, please like this video at the very least. If you have questions or comments, things that you would like to hear me talk about, or problems that you have that you want me to help solve, please comment that, and make sure you subscribe and turn on the post notifications if you want to see more of my videos in the future. You can find me on Instagram, Alex Romo Golf. You can find me on TikTok, Alex Romo. Tell a friend to tell a friend if you think they'll be hyped and interested in this. And buckle up. It's going to be one hell of a ride. 2022, we are taking over. I love you guys. Peace.